Folks, these are subway cars on the left here. We have about 700 miles of subway tracks, and they say they move millions of people every day. Now, many years ago, the subway was 5 cents to ride on the subway. Now it's $2.75, and in 2 years it'll be $3, they say. Now up the line here, we're going to make a left turn and go around the northern end of Manhattan Island. We'll be back in the Hudson River now in just a few minutes. That's the Broadway Bridge up ahead. Now Broadway runs the entire length of the island. In some places it follows old Indian trails as it works its way up here. When we were a British crown colony, there was a King's Bridge up here. You paid a toll to the king to go over it. And to this day, the neighborhood around here is known as Kingsbridge. That's the Kingsbridge Veterans Hospital up there on the right. Remember, folks, life is a gamble. These are the things that make life interesting. There's the bridge, folks, straight ahead. It's kind of low. Okay, here goes. Baby. Made it again. Son of a gun. What do you know? So we're off the northern end of Manhattan Island, headed for the Hudson River.
Hey Dad, you see? Sandy, they didn't repair all the tracks.
Yeah.
They just left them dead. Done. Bye-bye. I don't care. It's really good.
Folks, over here behind the trees, the Columbia University football stadium. The university itself is further downtown. Now folks, Columbia is Ivy League, academically right at the very top. In football, well, they lost all their games last year. They lost all their games the year before. That's what somebody said in the last trip. They said they're too smart. They ought to give up football. You know? Up on the right is Riverdale, the rather well-to-do part of the Bronx. Runs north along the Hudson River. Riverdale. Those two boathouses on the left belong to Columbia. This big rock on the right was blasted in half 120 some years ago. It's not a tunnel, it's a cut. Trains go right through it. The big blue sea is painted by the Columbia students from time to time. Now, folks, as we go by the cove on the left, just take a quick look in there to appreciate how green and countrified and pastoral the northern end of Manhattan Island is. If you take a picture of that view, when you get home, they'll never believe it's been happening. Look at that.
Hey Dad, look, the garbage.
And over on the right, jumping over to the right, the little train stop is called Spite and Dial. Old Dutch for Spitting Devil. The Dutch said this area we're in right now was haunted by the devil himself. For various and sundry reasons, they call him the Spitting Devil, Spite and Dial. We're going to go through the Spite and Dial Railroad Trust. Now, if you ever come along here with your sailboat, they have to open the trestle for you. This is a public waterway. It does not belong to the railroad. The Amtrak passenger trains use this trestle out of Pennsylvania Station. Well, folks, we're back in the Hudson River that quickly. Now to go north, either by boat or by train, it's a very, very interesting ride. It's a very scenic river. The farther north you go, the more scenic it becomes. The cliffs across the way are 300 feet here, farther north they're 500. West Point Military Academy is about 20 miles up.